So, welcome to this weekly update video, and this is going to be a very long video, just to warn you. Obviously, we have a lot going on, so let's get right to it. This might have to be in two parts, but we gotta get going. So right now we have Hurricane Iselle out there. Winds are down from 120 knots it was this morning to 115, but it's a very annual hurricane. Really one of the most beautiful hurricanes I have ever seen in my lifetime. Really, this is probably more beautiful than both Amanda and Christina, and that's saying a lot. The cloud tops weren't particularly cold, but the cloud tops of the hurricane were not particularly cold. But the eye was practically perfect at its peak, and it's probably only getting better due to some very low wind shear. Despite being low, and the lack of deep convection was due to the fact that it was located in only 26 sea surface temperatures, or like for you Americans, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The environment for this was very favorable. The sea surface temperatures starting to decrease, and the Great Hawaiian Shear could kick in. And the Great Hawaiian Shear is very weak this year, or this time around, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But it will also inject some dry air into its core, which isn't good. I mean, this hurricane right now, with its annular structure, is built to withstand both cool sea surface temperatures and dry air. You tend to get these annular structures in low wind shear environments, but cool sea surface temperature environments, and they're built to withstand the cool ocean temperatures and dry air. However, these annular hurricanes are not built to withstand wind shear, and that's going to be one thing that'll hurt it. Even though it won't be too strong, and conditions overall are supposed to remain marginally favorable. So, the system right now is supposed to get reconnaissance aircraft on Tuesday, then as it moves into the Central Pacific around that time. Probably will issue the last advisory package around the time back on getting into it. That could be miscommunicated. Hopefully the CPHC and NHC communicate this right, and this all works out for the great or good. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. At this rate, could be a pest, like I was saying earlier, and if it really wants to survive to Hawaii, which is actually looking pretty good now. In fact, unless it weakens very rapidly, which I don't think conditions are that bad, it should be at minimum a mid-weak to moderate tropical storm, probably a high-end tropical storm. Maybe if it's lucky, I think the odds of this are slowly increasing a Cat 1 at landfall. Sea surface temperatures are going to pick up once it nears the island somewhat. It will be closer to the 80-degree threshold you typically see for hurricanes, not Iselle, of course. This is a very serious threat to Hawaii. Really, no storms ever came from the east hitting as tropical that I know of, that we know of for sure. I have a few suspicions, but I am not the NHC at this time. And this is obviously a very dangerous setup. But the track is also pretty interesting. As I said, you have a pattern that does not favor significant Hawaiian landfalls. Normally you have some form of troughing, and for Iselle, that such pattern will not be present. There will be a little bit more troughing than I thought, but the low pressure system is going to remain like off in the Gulf of Alaska and the Aleutian Islands, and it should not get that far deep. Maybe enough to have some west-northwesterly motion, because the ridge is going to be strong, not super strong, and it could erode a little bit, and maybe get picked up by a trough later on once it nears the date line. But that's something to worry about. We will discuss later on. But for now, we're mostly concerned about Hawaii because it's supposed to make the closest approach there in 72 hours. So within the next 24 hours, we could see a tropical storm watch, maybe even a hurricane watch for the islands. We'll have to wait and see what happens. How much is this? Alright, 6 minutes. Alright, so about 24 more hours. And once the reconnaissance will be in it, they're flying all the way out to Hawaii, saying that a lot of the better aircrafts there. Bertha's phasing out over the Atlantic, thus minimizing the need for reconnaissance planes. So, elsewhere, what do we have in the tropics? We have tropical storm Julio, and we have tropical depression Genevieve. Talk about Genevieve quickly. It's at 30 knots, I believe, and it could intensify once it moves near the date line and become yet another powerful typhoon in the West Pacific. I mean, they're having a very busy year there too, just like East Pacific. So now, but back to Hawaii. You have tropical storm Julio, winds are at 50 knots. It formed, I think, yesterday, and it was monitored by AMC for several days, but I think yesterday they finally pulled the trigger and declared it's intensifying at a fairly steady rate. But there is some wind shear that could limit intensification somewhat. But still, I see no reason why this storm can't at least have a chance to become yet another major, because Iselle did it, and in a few minutes it could become another annual major hurricane. That right now I'm thinking more as a Category 2 than a Cat 3, or Cat 3 than a 120 knot Cat 4 for Julio, but we'll see. EPAC, as you know, I'm pretty confident the system should at least make a run for a major. It's about 3 days before conditions go downhill somewhat. Sea surface temperatures likely to be cooler due to some sea surface, due to some upwelling, but if the system moves further south than expected, it could stay over warmer waters. And I personally think the ANSI guidance and models have overall been a little bit too far forward, especially the JFDL and HWRF. UCMET, which is generally the most southern, and one of the ensembles, or one like the new UCMET version, or whatever that's called. This has been on the southern end of the guidance, and it's probably doing the best for Iselle. And since Julio's in a very similar pattern, I'd expect for that to continue. Julio currently has winds of 50 knots, as I said already, but we don't know how much of a pest it will be. But there's one very dangerous setup I know. The 18Z JFS, well, most of the CMC and some of the JFS ensembles like JEFS have been picking up on a possible curvature once it was near the islands. Now the 18Z JFS has it curving around just east of the islands. Now this is the what-if scenario. This could be dangerous, and it might actually be somewhat doable. And this would not be a very good scenario. I mean, I don't think we'll curve over the islands. The topography of sending LOC to north and south. The trough has to be really strong for that to happen. I don't think the trough will be that strong. It's usually what they expect. And right now, the 18Z JFS curves it east of the islands. But what if the system moves more south than expected, which I expect, more south than ANC in this case. If that happens, it moves over the warmer waters to the south, then the trough comes, swims a little bit stronger when it picks it up, maybe digs a little bit deeper, then it turns it north and into Oahu, Kauai. I don't even know how to say it. Into Oahu. That is something that's pretty concerning, if you ask me. And think about it, that's not a whole lot different from, dare I say, Aniki. Obviously, it won't be as strong. Aniki was at a low latitude. But still, and Aniki was a very historic trough. That's similar to the setup that I will post in the link below. I post on storm2k.org about possible troughing setups. Then in addition, we also have other stuff out there in the Pacific that probably is worth watching. But it's not going to be nearly as strong as Iselle or Julio. So we have this new area of disturbed weather well to the, in the very deep tropics around 5 north, like 90 west, something like that. So at a very low latitude. More typical of what you'd see in May or November, or in the off-season, storms developing at that latitude. I mean, sometimes you can get a storm like that, but not in August. I mean, I've seen a few waves form that region, but I would not be keen on it developing. But it does look pretty cute, and if the system gains latitude, I mean, it'll probably in the deep tropics all its life, but if the system gains enough latitude, and the shear relaxes a little bit, because right now it's in moderate to strong wind shear, it may have a chance to become a short-lived TS, but it may not. So it does bear watching. But I don't think much will happen, but there's still a chance anyway. I mean, the agency only gives it a 10% chance of developing within the next 2 and 5 days respectively. Behind that, there's a wave currently, I think in the central Atlantic, that may, the models have hinted, could become a tropical storm, possibly even a major hurricane down the road, getting close to Mexico by a time. It's mid-August, but that's something I will give a heads up on. So we're getting to that time of year, we're going to have to start shifting back. The pattern will shift from what we're seeing now to the west coast of Mexico. The storms off the west coast of Mexico. I mean, I've said that in the past several videos, but it's still something that's going to bear watching. I think we might be getting closer to that as we speak. But we still have Iselle and Julio to get out of the way, and that's going to be the main story. As for more videos, pretty productive in this, alright. As for more videos, we'll probably do one per day, because this is a very dangerous, unfolding situation. But interesting to Hawaiian Islands. It's something that needs to be watched extremely closely. Because Hawaii, the thing that the power outages, that if it causes power outages and lightning strikes, since the volcanoes could cause more lightning strikes, power outages could do some stuff, and thus, both Iselle and Julio, the double whammy could cause major headaches for the islanders. So that's something to keep a very, very close eye on to folks living in Hawaii. That's it for this video. And thanks for watching. I'll tune in next time tomorrow.